She became the most beautiful woman the village had ever seen overnight. But every man who married her got rich, then lost everything and went mad. And now, her first love has returned. Should she stay beautiful and risk destroying him, or burn the magic and become ugly again? This is the story of Sabrina and the cursed underwear. Sabrina was born with 2 gifts. The first was a blessing. Any man who married her would rise from nothing to great wealth and prosperity. The second was what the villagers called a curse: her appearance. See her face like God molded it in a hurry, they sneered. Her body was thin like broomsticks. While other women had curves that danced like the rhythm of drums, Sabrina moved like a shadow. Silent, unnoticed, unwanted. But she never announced her blessing. She wasn't looking for riches. She was looking for love. True love. A man who would choose her for her heart. Years passed. No man approached her. Some men even said openly, "If Sabrina is the last woman on earth, I will remain single forever." They did not know that to marry Sabrina was to marry wealth itself. Then came the Yam Festival. Colors everywhere, drums shaking the air, laughter filling the sky. Sabrina stood far from everyone, alone beside a dying bonfire. Then something happened. A young man began walking toward her. His name was Okesier, a handsome, gentle palm wine tapper. When the villagers saw him approaching Sabrina, they held their breath. "Good evening," he said softly. Sabrina looked behind her. "Me?" "Yes, you." Those 2 words entered her heart like warm sunlight. They talked and talked. Okesier did not look away. He did not laugh. He listened. For the first time, Sabrina felt seen. From that night, everything changed. Every evening, Okesier would arrive carrying palm wine. They would sit outside, laughing, sharing stories. The friendship grew, and slowly, beautifully, love blossomed. When they finally married, the villagers almost collapsed with shock. How can a man like Okesier choose Sabrina? What kind of charm did she use? But Okesier held her hand tighter each time. And Sabrina smiled because she finally had happiness. 2 months into the marriage, Okesier's palm wine business suddenly exploded. He became so wealthy that the villagers panicked with jealousy. Before long, they discovered Sabrina's secret. Now, the same men who mocked her wanted her. Then came the rainy night. Sabrina awoke to find the door wide open. Okesier was gone. No footsteps, no struggle, no scream, just emptiness. Some villagers claimed spirits took him, but Sabrina believed he was not dead. Her heart shattered into pieces too small to gather. After 2 lonely years without Okesier, Sabrina's life changed in a way no one had imagined. The same men who once swore they would rather remain single than marry her now lined up in front of her hut. They formed a queue that stretched past the old Udala tree. Sabrina had become the hottest cake in Ugelet. Among all the men, one stood out: Dele the fisherman, Dele the smooth talker. He would sit beside her hut every evening, pretending to weep. "Sabrina," he said one night, wiping fake tears, "my heart beats only for you." Sabrina's heart was tired.
tired of loneliness. So after many months of sweet words, she agreed. She married Dele. But once her gift began to work, once money filled his pockets, his true nature came out. He stopped coming home. He stopped eating her meals. Then one afternoon, the truth exploded. Dele had run off with a young woman from another town. For the second time, Sabrina broke. One by one, she married men. Not because she wanted to, but because she was tired of being alone. And one by one, after her blessing lifted them from poverty, they left her. Her heart became a cracked calabash that could hold no joy. One night, Sabrina wandered out of the village, ready to live forever. On the narrow forest path, she met an old woman with white hair and glowing eyes. "Child," the old woman said, "beauty has punished you long enough. Take this underwear. Wait when the moon rises. You will become what the world respects." She stretched out her wrinkled hand, holding strange underwear made of silk that shimmered like water. The old woman leaned closer. "But remember, do not take off the underwear, not for any reason." Before Sabrina could ask another question, the old woman vanished like smoke. That night, under the pale moonlight, Sabrina wore the underwear and slept. In the morning, life as she knew it ended. Her skin blossomed like fresh yam tubers, her shape curved like a goddess, her face glowed like morning sun dancing on river water. She became a beauty no eye had ever seen. The moment she stepped outside, the entire village stopped breathing. Men dropped their firewood. Women forgot to pound yam. Children stood frozen. The woman they once mocked now stood before them like a goddess. Suddenly, every man wanted her, not for wealth, but for her beauty. The first man she agreed to marry was Chief Oke, the richest man in Ogelet. He promised her everything. For 2 months, the marriage seemed peaceful. But then, everything changed. Chief Oke's cows died one after another. His lands were taken. His wealth evaporated like dew under hot sun. Soon, the once mighty chief wandered the village begging for food like a madman. Tattered clothes, wild eyes, begging for scraps. People whispered with fear, "Her beauty destroys. What kind of woman is this?" Soon, Chief Oke vanished. Yet, with all this happening, the men still lined up to marry her. Greed was louder than fear. Until one fateful evening, a man walked into the village wearing a long white robe. The villagers gasped. It was Okesier, Sabrina's first love. He was alive. When Sabrina saw him, her knees gave way. She fell at his feet, tears pouring down her face. You are alive!" Okesier lifted her gently. "I came back to you." He told the villagers his story. Dele, the fisherman, had kidnapped him out of jealousy. Dele tied Okesier in the bush for months. Hunters from a neighboring village found him and saved his life. "I had to come back to the only woman I have ever loved." Sabrina's heart trembled. She wanted to run into his arms and never let go, but she knew the truth. If she accepted Okesier, the curse would strike him too. He would become like the others, lost, broken, destroyed. And Sabrina would rather die than bring pain to the only man who had ever loved her. So she returned to the forest. The old woman appeared again. Sabrina dropped to her knees, sobbing. "Please take back the underwear. My love has returned and I do not want to destroy him." The old woman nodded slowly. "I knew this day would come. Your beauty was given to punish the greedy, those who sought you not for love, but for gain." She touched Sabrina's shoulder gently. "But the one who truly loves you has returned, so the curse has fulfilled its purpose." She pointed to Sabrina's waist. "Go home, remove the underwear, burn it tonight. Your suffering ends." Sabrina ran home faster than she had ever moved. She threw the underwear into the fire. The flame swallowed it in seconds, and in the blink of an eye, her body shifted. The glowing skin vanished. The curves melted away. She became Sabrina again, the thin girl with gentle eyes and the heart that loved too deeply. When she stepped outside, Okesier stood waiting. He opened his arms. She walked into them, and for the first time in her life, Sabrina felt safe. They married quietly, without crowds, without gifts, without the noise of the world. And together, hand in hand, heart in heart, they lived happily ever after. This story teaches us that true love sees beyond physical appearance and material wealth. Beauty obtained through magic or deception always comes with a price. The men who sought Sabrina for her blessing or her beauty lost everything, but the man who loved her for her heart received everything. Real love doesn't need magic, it only needs truth.